You've been sitting on your potential for too long. You've been waiting for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, the perfect situation, but let me be real with you. There's no perfect time. There's only asterisk now. Asterisk, some of you are waiting for somebody to notice you, to validate you, to open a door for you. But what if the door you're waiting for was never meant for you to walk through, but for you to asterisk build asterisk? You've been waiting on people to give you permission to live your purpose, but you don't need their approval to be great. You've already been approved by your Creator, by your breath, by your existence. You woke up this morning, that's your sign right there. You woke up with another chance to get it right, to go harder, to show up differently. Stop waiting for someone to come save you. Nobody's coming. Nobody's going to wake you up at 5 a.m. Nobody's going to make you hit the gym. Nobody's going to push you to chase that dream. You've got to push yourself. You've got to be your own motivation. Every single thing you're waiting for is already in your hands, but you're too busy waiting for permission to use it. Some of you have talent, but no discipline. Some of you have passion, but no consistency. You keep saying, when the time is right. The time will never be right. The right time is the moment you decide to stop wasting your potential and take ownership of your life. Ownership means you stop pointing fingers. Stop blaming your past. Stop blaming your parents. Stop blaming the system. Stop blaming your circumstances. The moment you take ownership, you take back your power. Because when you blame something else, you're saying, I'm not in control. But when you own it, when you say, I messed up, I fell short, I got lazy, but I'm coming back stronger, that's when your life starts to shift. Ownership is not about perfection. It's about accountability. It's saying, even if it's not my fault, it's still my responsibility to rise. See, some of you have been living small because you keep waiting for a call that's already been answered. You've got dreams inside you, gifts inside you, but you keep silencing them because you don't think you're ready. You are ready. You've been ready. You just don't believe it yet. You don't need another motivational video, another book, another push. You need to decide. Decide that you're done being average. Decide that you're done watching other people live the life you were built for. Decide that from this day forward, you're going to own everything, your habits, your time, your mindset, your grind. Ownership means when things go wrong, you don't fold, you learn, you grow, you adjust, you evolve. You don't wait for the world to fix it, you figure out how to fix asterisk you. Asterisk, that's what separates the talkers from the doers, the dreamers from the achievers. The people who take ownership aren't waiting to feel ready. They move because they know their purpose is bigger than their comfort. You've got to stop negotiating with your potential. You've got to stop playing small to make others comfortable. You've got to stop shrinking because you're afraid of failing. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Every time you fall, you're learning how to rise higher. Every time you stumble, you're building strength. Every setback is a setup for the version of you that's supposed to come next. But none of that happens if you keep waiting for permission. It's your life, it's your dream, it's your responsibility. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to believe in you the way you should believe in yourself. You've got to stop treating your life like a rehearsal. This is it, your one shot, your one chance to show the world who you really are. Don't wait until it's too late to start living like it matters. You don't need permission to level up. You don't need approval to evolve. You don't need validation to shine. You just need to decide that from this day on, you're done waiting and you're ready to take control. Ready to move, ready to own your story. Because the truth is, the best version of you is not waiting to be discovered. It's waiting to be asterisk unleashed. Asterisk, you say you want to be great, but do you really mean that? Because greatness requires sacrifice. It requires you to show up when it's hard, when it's uncomfortable, when every part of you wants to quit. You keep saying you want success, but the question is, can you outwork your excuses? Can you keep going when the motivation runs out, when the feelings fade, when the results don't come as fast as you hoped? Because that's the difference between the people who dream and the people who do. The dreamers talk about it, the doers grind through it. Your feelings will lie to you. They'll tell you to sleep in, they'll tell you to take a break, they'll tell you to wait for the perfect moment. But discipline doesn't ask how you feel. Discipline just says, show up. Discipline doesn't care if it's raining, if you're tired, if nobody's watching. It just gets the job done. That's what separates those who reach their potential from those who only talk about it. Because if your feelings control your actions, you'll never control your future. There are going to be days where you don't feel inspired, days when you feel like nothing's working, days when nobody claps for you, nobody notices your effort, nobody believes in your vision. That's when you've got to dig deep and remind yourself why you started. You've got to look in the mirror and say, I'm not doing this for approval. I'm doing this for my purpose. You've got to learn how to work even when the fire isn't burning. Because the best version of you shows up regardless of how you feel. Everybody loves the idea of success, but few are willing to endure what it demands. You can't become great on comfort. You can't build strength avoiding struggle. Every rep, every sacrifice, every long night, every early morning, that's the price. You can't skip the grind and expect the glory. If you want the reward, you've got to pay in effort. You've got to be consistent when it's inconvenient, focused when it's frustrating, and faithful when it feels like nothing is happening. And let me tell you something, the work you put in when nobody sees it, that's what defines you, not the moments on stage, not the applause, not the recognition. It's those unseen hours when it's just you, your dream, and your willpower. That's where greatness is born. Discipline is what turns potential into power. You don't rise to the level of your motivation, you fall to the level of your discipline. Motivation can get you started, but only discipline keeps you going when the excitement wears off. You've got to outwork your comfort zone. Every time you let your excuses win, you kill a piece of your potential. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow becomes next week, and next week becomes next year, and before you know it, you've wasted another season waiting for the right feeling. The truth is, there's no such thing as the right feeling, only the right decision. And if you keep choosing feelings over focus, you'll never get what you say you want. Sometimes it's not even about the goal anymore. It's about proving to yourself that you can keep promises to you. Because when you say you'll do something and you actually follow through, you build confidence, you build trust. You build momentum, you stop being at war with yourself. That's what discipline really gives you, peace. Peace of knowing you did the work, even when you didn't feel like it. Every time you show up, even when it's hard, you're rewriting your story. You're training your mind to push past limits. You're teaching yourself to be consistent, not emotional. That's where transformation happens. That's where the best version of you begins to emerge. Not when you feel ready, but when you keep grinding even when you're not. So stop letting your feelings talk you out of your future. Stop letting comfort control your calling. Stop letting laziness win battles your purpose already paid for. You can't build a legacy on convenience. You can't reach destiny without discipline. When you're tired, keep going. When it's dark, keep moving. When it hurts, push harder, because the best version of you doesn't wait for motivation. It's built by discipline. Everything starts in your mind. Before you ever take a step, before you ever make a move, before you ever see change on the outside, it begins inside. That's where the battle is won or lost. You can have the talent, you can have the skill, you can have the opportunity, but if your mind isn't right, none of it matters. Because the truth is, your mind will either build your future or destroy it. You can't think like a victim and live like a victor. You can't walk in doubt and expect to reach destiny. You've got to master the inner game before you can conquer the outer one. Some of you are losing because you've already lost in your mind. You wake up defeated before the day even starts. You tell yourself, I can't do it, it's too hard, it's not for me. You've already surrendered before the fight begins. You've got to stop letting fear and self-doubt drive your decisions. You've got to stop feeding your insecurities more than your goals. You keep replaying your failures in your head, wondering why you can't move forward. But you can't walk into your future while dragging your past behind you. You've got to let that go. You've got to make room for new thoughts, new beliefs, new possibilities. Your mind is powerful. Whatever you focus on grows. If you feed negativity, negativity multiplies. If you feed faith, faith expands. The problem isn't that you're not capable, it's that you've been investing in the wrong thoughts. You've been giving energy to what breaks you instead of what builds you. Every time you tell yourself you're not enough, you're planting seeds of limitation. Every time you tell yourself you can, you're planting seeds of growth. The best version of you is already inside, but it can't come out if your mindset is blocking it. You've got to protect your mind like it's your most valuable possession, because it is. Stop letting doubt rent space in your head for free. Stop letting other people's opinions become your truth. Stop replaying the pain like it's your purpose. You control what thoughts stay. You control what beliefs take root. You control what energy lives inside you. You can't let every thought that enters your mind dictate your mood, your movement, or your mission. You've got to train your thoughts the way an athlete trains their body, daily, intentionally, relentlessly. You've got to start speaking life into yourself. Stop waiting for somebody else to encourage you. Speak it until you believe it. Wake up and remind yourself who you are, what you're capable of, and what you're working toward. Affirm your worth. Affirm your strength. Affirm your vision. You can't think small and expect to live big. You can't keep saying, maybe someday, and expect today to change. You've got to talk to yourself differently, think differently, and move differently until your reality aligns with your mindset. The truth is, life will test your mental strength before it rewards your effort. It'll throw storms at you, setbacks, delays, disappointments, all to see if you've got the mental toughness to keep believing when everything looks like it's falling apart. That's why mastering your mind is everything, because when your thoughts are solid, no situation can shake you. You'll face challenges, but you won't break. You'll feel pain, but you'll keep pressing, because your power isn't in what happens around you, it's in what happens inside you. You've got to stop letting temporary emotions make permanent decisions. Stop quitting on yourself just because you feel discouraged. Feelings pass, but your purpose doesn't. When your mind is locked in, when your vision is clear, when your belief is unshakable, nothing can stop you. You'll start to see differently, move differently, and attract differently because your energy will match your vision. So today, I'm telling you to renew your mind. Every morning you wake up, you've got a choice to focus on fear or to focus on faith, to stay stuck in old patterns or to grow into your potential. You've got to train your mind to see the opportunity in the struggle, the lesson in the loss, the growth in the grind. Because once you master your mindset, you master your life. And when that happens, nothing can stop you from becoming everything you were created to be. Stop looking at everybody else and start looking at yourself. Too many of you are wasting time comparing your path to somebody else's, scrolling through their highlights while ignoring your own progress. You're not in competition with them. You're in competition with the person you were yesterday. Every single day you should be trying to beat your old habits, your old mindset, your old excuses. The goal isn't to be better than them, it's to be better than you. Because when you spend your life comparing, you lose sight of your own calling. You can't chase purpose and comparison at the same time. You were created with something unique inside you, a fire, a purpose, a gift that nobody else has in the exact same way. But that gift can't grow if you keep watering somebody else's garden more than your own. You've got to stop chasing approval and start chasing growth. Stop looking for competition and start building standard. The best version of you doesn't follow trends, it sets the tone. You should be so focused on improving yourself that you don't even notice what anyone else is doing. Your only question every night should be, did I give everything I had today? When you become the standard, you stop waiting for someone else to show you how it's done. You set the bar, you decide how hard you work, how much effort you bring, how much consistency you show. You decide the level because real leaders don't follow energy, they create it. Real champions don't adjust to the room, they shift the atmosphere when they walk in. That's what it means to be the standard. It means when others get tired, you stay locked in. When others settle, you keep climbing. When others talk, you execute. You stop waiting for momentum because you are the momentum. You've got to get to a place where you don't need a crowd, you don't need applause, you don't need validation. You move because your vision demands it. You grind because your purpose requires it. You show up because your future is watching. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, every time you choose consistency over comfort, you're proving to yourself that you're the kind of person who doesn't just talk about standards. You live by them. That's how excellence becomes a lifestyle, not a mood. You see, some people chase moments. They want to shine for a second, but the standard you set determines how long you last. Anyone can have a great day, but champions build great habits. Anyone can give effort when it's easy, but the standard you hold when nobody's watching, that's what defines your legacy. You've got to hold yourself to a level that makes others uncomfortable, because that's where greatness lies. Growth never happens in the comfort zone. It happens when you stretch, when you demand more, when you stop accepting average from yourself. And here's the truth, when you raise your standard, you raise your results. The universe, life, God, whatever you believe, they all respond to effort, not excuses. You can't expect excellence when you keep operating in convenience. You can't pray for a breakthrough but keep living at the same level. The best version of you doesn't just want more, they require more. They demand more out of their time, their habits, their focus, their energy. That version of you doesn't wait for things to happen. They make things happen. So stop lowering your standards to fit in rooms that don't match your calling. Stop settling for good enough when greatness is still on the table. Stop telling yourself you're doing okay, when deep down you know you can give more. You weren't born to blend in, you were born to break limits. You weren't built to survive, you were built to lead, to create, to inspire. You've got to own that. You've got to step into that. Because when you decide to be the standard, you stop chasing success, you start attracting it. You stop looking around for examples and start becoming one. You start living in such a way that your effort speaks louder than your words. Your consistency inspires others to rise, and your discipline becomes contagious. And that's what being the best version of yourself really means, not being better than them, but being better than you were yesterday every single day until the world can't help but notice the standard you've become.